Number 6, the graph of y equals f of x is shown above. Which of the following is true? You'll notice all these options right away are talking about the limit. So before I even get to the questions here, I'm just going to think about what's happening in this graph. So we've got our function, but our function has a hole at this spot right here. And at that hole, there's an actual function value down here. I'm going to call this f of a. Now, what we need to remember about limits is that the limit can exist. So in this case, if we approach a, the limit of the function does exist. Now, what it would be is it would be some value over here, which we don't know. I'll call it, I'll just call it b. Okay, we could say the limit is f of x as x approaches, the limit of f of x as x approaches a would be b. So the limit does exist because as we approach from the left and the right side, we approach the exact same value at this hole. It doesn't need to have a point there, it just needs to approach it. So having that kind of background information, let's kind of think through these options here. I'm going to first look at option D. It says the limit of f of x does not exist as x approaches a. I know that's false just from what we previously talked about. I'm also going to look at B. It says the limit as x approaches a from the right side is not equal to the limit as x approaches a from the left side. This is also false. Okay, remember that plus and the minus means right side and left side. Question A. This one's a little tricky, but I'm hoping you would recognize that this is the limit definition of the derivative. So this whole thing, limit definition of the derivative. So this whole limit, take that away, I'm going to say it's equal to f prime of a. So the question is, does that exist? Can you have a derivative where you have a hole? Okay, if there is a hole, it is not differentiable. So this first option A is false, which means our correct answer is C. Now let's talk about why that is true. It says the limit is not equal to f of a. F of a is the point, and the limit, like we said, is equal to b. It's equal to a different y value. The fact that they're not equal is what makes it not differentiable. So in this case, the correct answer is C.